Jordan Peele is, of course, an incredible filmmaker, and the latest movie that he's behind, Us, is doing really well in the box office. Recently, he was speaking to students at the Upright Citizens Brigade in Hollywood, and he said something about his casting choices that has struck a nerve with some people. So he says, I don't see myself casting a white dude as the lead in my movie. Not that I don't like white dudes, but I've seen that movie. He continues to say, the way I look at it, I get to cast black people in my movies. I feel fortunate to be in this position where I can say to Universal, I want to make a $20 million horror movie with a black family, and they say yes. And so the reaction to this has been hilarious, but before we get to the reaction, I want to open it up to you guys.
So first of all, when white people were the stars in movies, the rationale that the studios used, so-called liberal Hollywood, which in fact financially was deeply conservative, and all of the right wing said was, hey, look, man, that's what makes money. Sorry, if black people made money, then all the stars would be black. Well, I got good news for you. Black people now make more money in movies. Movies directed by black people, movies starring black people. So you got, first of all, we already knew it, but it was Hollywood's entrenched conservative nature, and I'm being polite in using those words, that led them to not having black star in movies when it was obvious. Look at Medea would make these movies, the Medea series, were made for like $1.50, and they'd all make unbelievable amounts of money. They're like, oh no, ignore the audience, ignore the audience.
He bought a movie studio.
I know,
he
right?
is so successful.
So the Medea series, unreal to begin with. I was thinking, Jesus, how do I get in the movies? Because if you make movies that star black people, it's gonna make unreal money, right? So finally, they do Black Panther, and it breaks all the records. And they're like, oh, yeah, maybe we should try that again, right? And then obviously Jordan Peele has these two giant breakout hits, and so right wing, you shouldn't be triggered at all by this. You should go, hey, free market, baby, free market.
No,
it turns out black directors make more money, black stars make more money. I can't have a white guy in my movie. He'll take the movie. I need black actors so we can make some real money in this house. You know what? Hey, I live like a capitalist every day, check. Okay, I gotta have black stars.
So I wanted to make sure that I chose people who were at least verified, and here's one of them. The hilarity of this. What is black privilege, you ask? Imagine a white director saying this. Jordan Peele, I don't see myself casting a white dude as my lead in my films. So a lot of these people shared the Daily Wire article on this, and Daily Wire is, of course, a conservative outlet. But I don't really understand what, like, there is a difference, right? There is a difference. So if you have a white filmmaker saying, I would not cast a black person or black character as my lead, well then, first of all, it's business as usual.
Right, they've been saying that. They just weren't quoted in an interview, but their actions, they have absolutely been saying that since the beginning of our film industry.
And Brooke, sometimes they do even say it. So when they have white actors play Asian roles, for example, from time to time, they go, what can I do? There aren't enough Asian actors that are successful enough that would be a big enough box office draw, so I had to put white people in it. Well, why are you not triggered by that? Why isn't Daily Wire writing an article about that?
Well, we know why.
They put that curly wig on Angelina Jolie, had her play a black woman that one time. Do you remember that ridiculous movie?
What was that movie? I forgot about that.
I think it was a true story too. Yeah.
I mean, look, the history of white people playing other races in this country is, I mean, let alone the fact that they make the roles for white people in general for the almost the entire history of Hollywood until just now. But John Wayne playing Genghis Khan, you want to see that? I mean, deeply embarrassing, right?
This was my personal favorite. This wasn't a person who was triggered, but I love memes. I love people who poke fun at those who take things like this as a giant insult. So let's go to graphic 42. Them, if you want minorities in movies, then make your own. Jordan Peele, I don't see myself casting a white dude as the lead. Them, and then you see the picture of all the. That was really funny.
That's awesome. He's made 2 films, and I'm not taking anything away from him, but I think the point here is that a man makes 2 films starring black people, and all of a sudden, we've got to start asking him questions. Two, which is nothing in comparison to the amount of movies that have not starred Black leads in the history of Hollywood. He's made 2, and after 2, not after 10, not after 20, after 2, it's like, whoa, all right, you're leaving us out there, bud. Like, whoa.
You know, it's funny. So when minorities bring up unjust situations and look for redress, they're like, oh man, they love to play the victims, right? 2 movies don't star white people. They're like, we're the victims.
Yeah.
We're the victims. We're now only in 98% of movies.
Let's hear from some more of the victims. So Wayne Allen Root writes, Jordan Peele is a racist. What if I said I can't imagine casting Black people in my films? Wow, low-life racist. I think people have a hard time understanding like the different experiences. Like there are different experiences among the races. And so if there's one group that has enjoyed the privilege of constantly getting the lead role, I think it makes all the sense in the world for someone who has been part of a disenfranchised group, someone who's worked really, really hard to get to where he is, and then he finally gets to where he wants to be. He's using that to uplift other members of his community, and I think that's important.
That's all it is. He's not saying that white men don't deserve to star. Do you think we want to sit Leonardo DiCaprio down? Do you think I never want to see George Clooney again? No, stop it. What he's saying is that he has a platform to give actors who don't get these opportunities the opportunity, and he's gonna use his platform to do so.
Yeah, so it's a rhetorical trick, but guys, in case you wanna know why it doesn't make any sense at all, if the situation was reversed, then they would be right. So if the country was majority Black and all the movies had Black stars forever and none of the white stars had made it through, and a couple of white stars finally did break through and a couple of white directors finally did break through and they had some success, and then a Black director said, I'm not gonna have any white people in my movie, then that would be deeply problematic and it would be racist because of the power dynamic. But that's not the situation. One group has been oppressed for all this time. And you can say, look, I know that the right wingers don't care about the oppression, but the bottom line is, it's not like they have all the power in Hollywood today or in any industry today. So they're saying, we're going to allow for more people to be represented, and we're not even proportional yet. We're not anywhere near proportional yet. So to say that, no, they must have white people in their movies is preposterous in the current context of this country. But look, if you trigger them enough, eventually they'll be like, well, the Medea movies are making all that money. You know what? I demanded a white person play Tyler Perry.
Also, none of those people were lining up on the first day to go see Get Out or Us or Black Panther. So it's like you've been sitting down.
Yeah,
what are you? So you're just like, I'm going to continue not to see your movies.
Yeah, okay, that'll show them. Except apparently it won't. Like what you see? Click the subscribe button below and don't forget to ring the bell to never miss another video from the Young Turks.